Nigga, don't act tough, nigga. Don't act tough, pussy. Don't act tough, nigga. I put you on lock. Suck a dick. 3 million, nigga, you pussy. Fight me, fight me, fight me. I'm... That's the puppy. Give me down. Give me my phone. Give me down.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Do not shoot.
Yeah. Get it.
Not today. Not today.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that.
We saw the whole shit.
Y'all saw that.
We saw
These
the whole
niggas,
shit.
you still pussy.
That's a lieutenant? Oh, yeah, lieutenant?
You know what I'm saying? Check it out now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. 6ix9ine better watch the hell out, okay? Not because you got out and you got a gold star for snitching. Mean the feds don't still want you back. They only let you off that case. They still watching you and they're trying to make sure that if you ever mess up again, you go back to where they think you belong, which is prison, okay? Don't think that 6ix9ine is somehow on the payroll of the federal government. Of course, they can force him to cooperate with any ongoing investigation, which was a condition of his release. However, if they could lock him up too, you think they care? No. Anyway, I say all that to say what seemingly, and if you're in the music industry and you watch how security moves when they're dealing with high-profile clients, seemingly a routine security handling of an incident has turned into 5 felony charges, and it was 5 felony charges for the security team of Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, the only reason why he didn't get a charge, he didn't get out of the car. Now, let me explain to you why this is odd. First and foremost, we all watched the George Floyd situation, other situations across America where pretty much cops, they line, they one make up a story, the other one agrees with it. Nobody wants to testify against each other. Nobody wants to blow the whistle saying, hey, he did something wrong. To quote my man Kwame Brown, it's the go along, get along gang, okay? And essentially nobody gonna tell each other, right? However, in this situation, and usually that whole blue shield of silence or whatever, it applies to former and current cops. Every cop, when they retire, they become security for rappers and high-profile people. These people who are former cops, they almost still operate like they're cops. And they are usually trusted by the actual current law enforcement because you know what everyone says? Yo, that's Rick. He did 20 years as a police officer. He just retired. We'll let him get away with some little bit more things than the regular citizen could. Now, I only say that to say this. These cops that were guarding 6ix9ine, they're actually being held accountable for some of the line crossing they did, which tells me maybe the feds might be still watching what's going on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when 6ix9ine just got out like a year ago, he pretty much was doing the whole hood to hood, block to block tour. He wanted to show people that, you know, he was still kind of gangster, all while rolling with heavily armed CIA or former CIA agents, former Secret Service, U.S. Navy SEALs, and even former New York City detectives. Okay? So pretty much he got a whole bunch of cops, militia, army people, like, well-trained motherfuckers with him, and he was showing up to hoods telling people, who gonna touch me, right? Now, one of the people who were confronting him was some guy who looked like he was from the streets. Now, this whole thing is kind of confusing because you know how people say they hate snitching? Well, 6ix9ine security team just got snitched on by the dude who was trolling 6ix9ine for snitching. Make this make sense to me, people? I don't know, okay? Now, there was somebody who popped out. They had a phone in their hand, and they were saying, yo, look at that rat, blah, blah, blah. They were getting a little close. 6ix9ine security team stepped in, backed him up. He actually fell. They were trying to take away his phone. His phone eventually fell, and they pretty much stomped on it and broke it. Now, usually, nothing comes out of this. You know why? Because the people who work for 6ix9ine are former cops. So when they talk to the cops that show up, they basically give whatever line-ass story they got, and the cops believe it. And by the way, they did give a lie in that story that we're realizing they're also getting charged for giving that story too. They told the cops when the cops showed up later, they said that the guy looked like he had a gun, right? Said something about a gun, right? Because also one of somebody's 6ix9ine security team had their hand on their gun, right? And one had their hand on a taser. So they're saying that the only reason they were doing that is because the other guy looked like they had a gun, right? It seemed pretty coppish to me, right? They're pretty much, everybody has a gun to them when they want to shoot, right? Then they're saying that, hey, yo, this guy was basically a threat that we had to neutralize. Now, that was going to be the story, but the guy who filmed it and got his ass, I don't say beat, but he got pushed and his phone broken, he went to the cops too. And he started snitching on 6ix9ine. Ain't that a bitch? A nigga gonna troll you for snitching, and then when you do something to him, he then goes snitches on you? Huh, what world we live in, right? So that guy then told the cops his side of the story, and his side of the story is that, yo, they jumped me, they beat me up, they took my phone, they broke it. Now, the reason why I'm saying that the feds might be still on to 6ix9ine is because, think about this. In many situations across America, cops do wrong, make up lies, and we never see them getting charged for it. However, in New York City, where these cops are the worst, the cops who are working to protect 6ix9ine, they lie about why they did something to someone else, and they got charged for the lying. So they got charged for filing a false police report, right, or giving false statements. They got charged as well for first-degree robbery, taking that guy's phone, right, and that's a felony charge. And they got charged for assault. Now, it's 5 of them, and basically the guy who got the most charges is a former New York City cop. And this is why I think for these charges to come down, it had to be something bigger than just New York State, right? But let's go beyond that, because the other people that were with 6ix9ine, even some people that weren't cops, they got locked up as well. They're all facing charges, and they're either being held in local county jails around America waiting to be extradited. And that's another thing too. When they're extraditing over you taking somebody's cell phone, like someone's locked up right now in Florida, and they're going to extradite him for grabbing a cell phone. I don't even think that was the guy who grabbed the cell phone, but he was standing there. They're going to extradite him from Florida back to New York to stand and face these charges. To put it in perspective, man, Chief Keef was wanted in Illinois for mad long. All he did was move to California. Nobody ever worried him. But this particular situation with the cell phone thing, people are making sure that whoever was involved are coming back to answer their charges and are all going to stand accountable, okay? Couple have been arraigned already. Some are being held in jail until they get bail, or some of them are being extradited. This is pretty serious because it tells me that, yo, the feds are probably still watching 6ix9ine. Also, if your own security, right, can't move and have the perks like former cops do, like, let me put it also in perspective. Remember when it said Shoddy, 2 dudes with Shoddy got shot at 6ix9ine's label head meeting? Like, this was before he went to jail. Those were retired police officers that shot Shoddy's friends. Now, keep in mind, one of the dudes who shot, he wasn't even being hit. One guy hit in the head with a chair, and the other guy just started firing his weapon. The cops believed the other cops so much that they locked up Shoddy's friends and charged them even though they got shot. That's what I'm saying. Cops usually believe cops. But I don't know what's up with this situation. They're not believing the cops, and they're actually standing up for this victim. Sounds like something else might be at play. Okay, I seen 6ix9ine cancel a couple of shows. He cited legal issues as well. I'm hoping everything is fine, and I'm hoping that, you know, no matter how he moves or how whoever moves around him, you still got to operate within the confines of the law. It's clear that somebody or something is looking and watching him, and you never know, he could land back in jail, okay? Not because you snitch once means you get a lifetime pass to do a bunch of bullshit. You got off on one case, but if they could give you another, your ass going to be sitting right back there in jail, and they're going to force you to snitch again. So you better get some more information on people, because the snitching you did the first time, you got an A+. If you don't got A+ snitching this time around, your ass going to be in jail, okay? Get in the comment box, guys. Like them, subscribe. What do you guys think about this? Ain't it a little bit fishy? I don't know. You let me know. Get in the comment box. It's Akademiks.